Welcome, brothers. Welcome, sisters. Welcome to our program Untagged. And as usual, as soon as we start this program, you can pick up your telephone and give us a call. We never have a subject matter. We speak about anything. Politics, religion, socioeconomic issues trending. But most important, you have the opportunity to introduce your own subject matter. If you want to speak on a particular topic, you could always make the suggestion. We express our opinion on any issues. Once you are comfortable with a topic, opinions are not facts, they are opinions. And if we have new information, our opinion is not cast in stone. We're changing our opinion. We're on RealFM 91.9. The number to call is 442-0175. We're on YouTube and on Facebook page. So you can give us a call. This morning, as we start this program and we await your call, I think it's important sometimes for us to discuss issues among our families in the community. The government claim that they're going to build a teaching hospital. And I'm extremely worried. The government is going down the wrong track. They squander money and we will be worse off. They have not into people that are teaching hospital. But the government also have a policy that information is based upon need to know. You don't know the government. I don't know the government. Because they are new. They don't have a history in politics. So you don't know anything about the ideology. And they seem to be whooping around, hugging up Maurice Bishop, but yet intend to sell Grenada assets. No socialist or socialist-inclined person or sell assets. You have to ask yourself about dental health. It's important. How do you see we can improve dental health in our country? What's about mental health? What's about preventative medical health? Children, dental health. How does a new teaching hospital help us to improve that? How does it help us? Now, I always say to individuals, in a democratic country, you deserve the government you have. If you choose bad government, you're going to get bad government. If you choose brand new individuals who are neophytes, political virgins, you don't know because they're new, they're accustomed to politics at that level. You know what ideological perception of attitude, but they never express open views. So you don't know them. So you gamble with a group of neophytes. And because of our experience with the revolution, and Bernard Code was one of the mastermind, and the only justification he gave for the massive failure that we had in the revolution was lack of institutional knowledge, youthful exuberance, arrogance. And this group of individuals you have are guilty of all of them. But in addition to that, they are bitter and vengeful. This is what we have. We don't have to run from it. We selected them. We have a democratic system now that we could help to channel the direction they go. The government claimed that they're going to build a teaching hospital. The government in Grenada is not teaching anybody in medical health. They're not a university. You have the University of the West Indies hospital or clinic. And some people to the University of the West Indies, they go there for medical treatment. And poor people like to go very cheap. Chinese cheap and good thing though cheap. But because we always suffer from monetary instability, we broken, and financial embarrassment, we go where things are cheap. It may not be necessarily good, but it's cheap. When government provide a facility, you expect the facility to be quality. So if government intend to build a teaching hospital, ask yourself, how would a teaching hospital improve your children's dental, medical health, or preventative health? Your primary health care program in a country is very important. Your primary care program, your preventative health care program, your dental health care program. It's just what comes from our mouth sometimes cause serious problem to people, and those, particularly when you could say things and people could sue you. And you say your mouth causes disease. So if you don't take care of your mouth, your dental care, it could affect you yourself. The teeth in your mouth is to last for life. So how does a teaching hospital would help improve dental care in the country? Preventative health care, mental health care. I believe the government is on the wrong track. The government would only get back on good track if the people take interest in the direction we are going. If the government provide more service in the district, there is absolutely no need for medical health care. There is no need for medical health care. None at all. We have a caller on the line, and caller, welcome.
Yeah, Mr. Pierre, good.
Yes, caller, welcome.
Yeah, what I noticed when I miss program live, yeah, now when you find the internet has glitch over. I don't know why only it don't real more. But I don't know why.
I don't hear you.
I when I miss to get it is more full.
Sometimes I go back and listen to it too, and then you have a lot of breaking points in it.
I don't know if it's sabotage I do what, but I find that strange because all of that station that doesn't happen to.
Yeah,
and concerning seaweed, the Prime Minister promised to trap it before it reaches India. So I don't know if two bizarre marking and you make no effort to and the most ever come. Like a whole land of a stretch out there. I don't know, so he promised that to take him a bit.
Yes, my brother, we want to apologize for some of the problems we have on the internet. Sometimes when you listen back program, glitches, I don't know if that is the right word, or it is a lot of breaking points. Yes, the seaweed, I think this is the most massive onslaught of seaweed in the country. Well, the Prime Minister made a lot of promise when he was campaigning. He was very sad and unfortunate because as a lawyer, the Prime Minister is well educated. Lawyers do psychology, humanities, sociology, they do history, they do economics, and they read the law. And they always referencing other cases. So the Prime Minister met with his team. They sat and they planned to deceive the Grenadian public. You know, sometimes a politician speaking and they excite the truth or they might tell untruth. That was different. The government sat down and they planned a pair of lies that will serve as a law to attract the unsuspecting and the ordinary man. One of them was able to get a net and catch the seaweed in the sea. The Prime Minister knew he was lying when he said that. He knew that was not possible. And none of them, like when he says control is illegal, and you could solve that with the stroke of a pen. What he meant, we could just go in cabinet and take a decision and that problem will be solved. The Prime Minister knew, he knew that he was deceiving the ordinary man. When the Prime Minister promised $600 and he used the arguments and justification to back it up, and instead, they remove $150 from the elderly and the physically challenged. The Prime Minister was aware that he was deceiving the people. And it's very sad because when people of that level of academic qualification sit down and plan to deceive the ordinary man, it's hard. And that's why I constantly say to people, we have a number of people walking around with a briefcase, a certificate, but it's just a bigger problem. So not because you hear an individual have BA, a MA, a PhD, doesn't mean that person is genuine, smart, or clever. Albert Einstein warned us that morality, do not trust morality in those with high intellect. And Pope John Paul, he also said that we must not invest in tertiary education at the expense of primary and secondary education. So the Prime Minister sat down and he deceived people. I think he is in Dubai now, trying to sell passport for his company. Yes, caller, welcome.
Yes, Mr. Pierre, morning.
Yes,
how are
man.
you?
Great, man.
Yes, questioning, the court had passed a judgment on the teachers did not work. They're not entitled of payment. But remember, still violate that judgment. So I want to know what is the law is all about in this country.
Well,
I really want to know what would happen with what he did.
He didn't violate the judgment. The court say that they are not legally entitled to get money for the days they did not work.
Or they just say that?
Yeah, but the court didn't say not to give them money.
Okay.
So the court said, yeah, they brought the matter to court to pay them for the days they did not work. So the court said, if you don't work, well, how you people could pay you? But just as how we give people money on the street, some of the beggars, we give them. Sometimes a man or a woman want money, you give them. The government decide to give the teacher money
for
good relationship.
So I understand.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the Prime Minister didn't break any law.
Okay, that's what.
No.
You see, that's what I want to get clear.
No, he didn't break any law.
Okay.
The Prime Minister acted like a vulture. Whereas he took $150 from the weak, the elderly, and the physically challenged, he gave money to the teachers because the teachers are powerful, It's a powerful group. So the government gave them money to have them less combative, to induce them to be less combative. But you know when Gigi up in the sky, they don't attack cow, they don't attack pig. But if they see a chicken, they take it up. A rat, they go behind it. So they go behind the weak and the vulnerable. The National Democratic Congress have a history. They have a history of attacking the vulnerable and the weak in Grenada and rewarding or treating those in a better position. They have a history of that. In 1990, the government had a structural adjustment program and they fired the workers on the estate. And when they did that, some private estate used that opportunity to get rid of the workers too. And they cut social programs. So the weak and the people in the lower income group were affected. In 2008, remember what the government did? They removed some of the elderly from the seed program. I don't think they had seed program yet. From the money that was given to the elderly, they removed some of them from it. In Paraclete alone, 5 women were removed. You notice I ain't talk about man. 5 women. One of them is 100 years today. She celebrated 100 years. Out of the 5, 2 is still alive. Elderly women. They were removed from the program. One of them was blind. And one had 14 children. But they removed them from the program. The government also then fired the money. In 2020, they apologized to the Imani. They say it was a political mistake. They didn't say it was an economical or moral mistake. But they said, no, this time we're going to make you permanent. And there is no need for contract workers. We're going to make all of you permanent. And all of you will get pension. They give the impression that this pension issue would have covered more people than those really entitled to get pension. They did it purposely. So even people that not qualify for pension decide to go vote for pension. And they say you want to have better debate in parliament, you have to vote for opposition. So some people say, well, they like NNP, but they're voting for opposition. So they prepared a pile of lies, like a law. And immediately they won the election. They went after the women in Carriacou. Immediately. And the women in Paul's. And the road wardens. Now I understand that the women in the abattoir in Grenville, those who in the butcher stall, where they kill cow and goat, they fire some of these workers. I understand that tomorrow is the last day. So every day under the National Democratic Congress is somebody going home. You heard the cry from the sister from Union asking to be put back on the seed program. She was on the seed program, but the National Democratic Congress removed her. They said they will go to the list because they claim there are people on it that not supposed to be there. You heard the cry, the sister say she had Parkinson's disease. She says she's not given any preferential treatment in the station. Well, I understand. First come, first serve. But sometimes she gets sick there too. And then some people took issue there and her mother called. The mother says it's true. The last time I was asking my brother Willie, because he thought we were making unnecessary noise in the north. And he considered the NDC as really good people. So I don't know if they felt the sister in Union who have Parkinson's disease is not a good person. I offered him to come to Moya to investigate a case the last time. But Moya far. So I will even challenge him today to go to Union and investigate the Robinson case and see if the NDC is justified in removing her from the list. If I had the clout like you, I would have gone to the Minister of Social Affairs. But she says only noise are making. Noise. Same tune. Noise is making, ignore him. So that's why I appeal to you in your capacity as a strategic expert on public policy analysis. You are a man of high intellect. I have a clout with the National Democratic Congress. Something good you for also. Get a public appeal. She said, put her back on the program. The mother said her medicine is over $100. I don't know if it's a week or a month. So they make a public appeal. Please, put me back on the program. The women in the abattoir in Grenville, Friday they will be going home with tears in their eyes. And that is the National Democratic Congress. The level of hostility people in your income group is difficult to understand if you don't know the history of the NDC. While that is going on, the Prime Minister is gone to Dubai. Because I understand it is believed that his company is selling passport. So although the NDC was against selling passport, this time the Prime Minister of Grenada company is involved in selling passport and he gone to Dubai to market it. This is the challenge we have in Grenada. And a number of the people in Grenada was jumping up, talking about morality and honesty and good governance. Now they have lost the ability to speak. Sometimes when they challenge us on the radio, I do not play clips. But some of the other programs play a lot of clips. And it is absolutely necessary to tie the truth on those who lack the ability to digest the truth. Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre, good afternoon.
Yes, my name, welcome.
I watched the program with the little, like the people and them who doing the little hair, the hair salon,
the cosmetic industry,
and them things and them.
Fingernail and hair, eyelash.
Oh, Mr. Pierre, what going on with these people and them?
What happened to them?
The people and them come putting them and tell them they have to go on register their business and doing them thing and them. So you don't hear what the woman say? She said she own house have $600 she had for light bill.
Well, you see,
she don't pay for she much as she don't talk about she house yet. Why these people and them sitting down and just there huffing money on Grenada people and they're not doing nothing for the country?
You see,
what of them are going to Dubai? What's the money in them?
Sister, one of the reasons this thing is happening because a lot of Grenadians like to show off. They think they're the upper echelons of society. They believe they're not vulnerable. They think them is talky cock in tongue. Oh. So they support a government that is hostile to the low-income group, not recognizing that they fall in the group.
I wonder if we're not seeing what's going on or we're not listening what's going on.
I think we don't want to face the reality. Now,
why are we doing ourselves that? Why we have these people and them doing us that?
Caller, the government has always been hostile to people in the lower income group. But they spend a lot of time dissing these people, disrespecting these people, marginalizing these people with their words. And some of our own people believe that they don't fall in that group.
Mr. Pierre, just to make one program what money needs that. I ain't thinking how is that man nothing.
Then you
lying, but Dr. Mitchell is a superior understand. Anytime is the in. You check it out?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, good. Thank you very much. That's the challenge we have in this country. People must know what they support. I'm always encouraging people to discuss issues. You must not go against yourself. You must not make it more difficult for your children. As parents and people in the community, you have a responsibility to make certain your children are well educated. Don't let other people fool you. When your child go to school, your child must come out from school with a minimum requirement. Don't let them trick you. Don't let people tell you your child cannot learn. They doesn't use that word. They say your child is not academically inclined. So send him to learn a skill. Yes, caller, welcome.
Mr. Pierre.
Yes, caller, welcome.
Afternoon. Mr. Pierre, NDC, what they did, they went in a lab, manufactured my lies that they could teach people, and
When it was successful.
successful with the people. Now, see, happy send home worker. They just set this lie for people to gravitate to it, and when they gravitate, when they give them the blessing, what exactly what they expecting to do? The people that support them, vote for them for their lives. And no, by listening to news to the, especially in America, there is a one Republican congressman, I think he's from in some county in New York, and the people that support him calling for him to resign, because out of 100 things that he told the people about him, 99.9 was not the truth. And we would check the record from time government come in. It's just a lie. They lie to get in government, and they still continue to lie.
But Color, in a democratic process, we are responsible.
It's true.
We cannot just come and say that the NDC do
no,
that. We wanted these things up.
Exactly.
Color, we send our children to school, and our children are not succeeding in school, and we take it for a joke.
It's true. Because
So the change have to come with us.
with us, and I was say you don't know what's happening in the country. Out there, I know when they did. They go come to attack.
The National Democratic did what they did in 1919.
In 1990,
They did it again, 2008, and 10 years after they do the same thing. It's just more colorful.
yeah, more colorful, and they go try it again because
Well,
they
yes,
tell themselves like the black like we grand people time span.
When we do history, and we learn that the French give the Caribbean Arak, Rome and Jingle Bell and knife and all kind
You understand that?
and they jump up and they paint up their face. What did they give the Africans to make them sell? The African leaders sell us into slavery, you know.
I'll speak about that, Mr. Pierre. You cannot blame the white people.
And Dick Mitchell now want to build a teaching hospital.
A teaching hospital. Mr. Pierre always say the problem in healthcare is not the facilities. You can have proper facilities for healthcare. What is the management of it? You have to uplift because there's a primary healthcare. Remember this? We have talking about that. You have to uplift the.
Yeah, they have to provide more doctors in the medical station, dentists in the medical station, psychologists in the medical station. There is absolutely no need for this massive new structure.
I know this government have a problem with health because when you look at this situation in Guam, right? What they did, because exactly. They lack at the time. You say like you deal with them and you decide you no longer going to be part of them. And any project that has to come for
they hold it up.
They hold it up. And check again, even the forester now that deal with them. What they did to forester? Because he was the NMP. Something that was very important for the people of Greco in Martinique with the
dialysis.
Yeah, they hold it up.
Yeah, that well, they believe in restorative justice.
Exactly.
Yes, caller, thank you. Yes, caller, welcome. You have a caller on the line? Welcome, caller. While we have a caller on the line and we'll try to take him. Welcome, caller. Yes, caller.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
Mr. Pierre, good afternoon.
Great, man.
You know me very well.
Okay.
I relate to the from them.
All right.
And I'm calling to leave me number for UNESCO to do the investigation.
Okay.
Number is 10469. Call me and find out.
10 what?
4104169.
4104169.
41069.
69. All right, thank you very much. So Onisto and also Willie, you could pick up that number 410-4169 and start the investigation. Because a number of the people, when we speak, you've been asking constantly for me to bring people on the program. Well, some people say you could come and call them now. You could investigate. So Willie, the last time I didn't give you a number. So we have the number now, 410-4169. There's another one. Whether or not she should to see whether the National Democratic Congress is not acting like a vulture going after the weak. The brothers in the diaspora, you like to sit down and say it's a cult. They say NNP have a cult in Grenada trying to support. And these people living on hand to mouth, hand me down or whatever term they use. The most dismissive language used in this country come from the core members of the National Democratic Congress. And now we're talking about a teaching hospital. What they mean by that? I have been in constant discussion over the last couple of months to people who are very close to the ministers of the National Democratic Congress and NDC politicos, trying to find out what they mean by a teaching hospital. Most of them is baffled. And how they speak, they don't seem to agree. But they don't want to publicly say that yet. There is no need, absolutely no need for teaching hospital in Grenada. Government have to improve the facilities and the service in the parish. So you ease up the pressure on Maryborough and St. George's Hospital, Princess Alice Hospital, and St. George's Hospital. And at the same time, you improve the quality of the personnel. In George's Hospital, major attention could be provided. You do not need another structure in Grenada. Absolutely no need. Government would be spending over 40 million just to buy the land. And I tell you, Google 10%. Google Mr. 10%. You either end up in Pakistan or you end up in Trinidad. You're going to understand why this government like big projects. They want a teaching hospital. If the SGU want a teaching hospital, let them build it. Grenada have 100,000 people. We do not need a teaching hospital. What you need is for government, take for instance in St. Patrick's, to bring doctors in St. Patrick's so that the public have access to doctor 7 days for the week. That the public have access to the dentist 5-6 days of the week. That the public have access to a psychologist. And you have a particular day for children for the dentist. That is what we need. If we improve preventative care, if you mental health, if you strong health service, even when a man has a tabang truck, he could go to the psychologist this year. Don't be hesitant. Go to the psychologist, because once you go near the mental institute, you are banned permanently. So you have to culture You have to culture your people to go to the psychologist. And the best thing to do is to provide this service in the St. Patrick's Clinic, in Grand Bars in St. Andrews, in St. David's facility, in the Guave Medical Complex. It could serve for St. John and St. Mark's. And you strengthen what is going on in Carriacou. There is absolutely no need to build a teaching hospital and leave the land in Calivini for serious agriculture. But if we say nothing, the government is going to go and take loan, a few of them going to get 10%, and Grenada will be worse off. A teaching hospital does not help Grenada. The St. George's University provides many personnel, and they have enough medical facilities for them to go to internship, because they more likely will be admitted in the same place where they have done their internship. But if we shut them out and we play politics with health, that will be worse off. Our health system is not as bad as we bashing it and claiming it. In fact, sometimes I believe we bash our health system into submission. And those in the diaspora, when they go in Queen County Hospital, they have to spend sometimes hours in the emergency unit. But they're helping Grenadians to bash the health system. Over 30 million people in America living in poverty. And they just have free health in America too, you know. And people line up for hours to get free medical health care. Sometimes they're giving people on the street new needles to take drugs. And sometimes they give them coffee in winter. And have to have place for them to wet themselves in summer, because they will die from heat stroke. So when I speak, I don't want you to believe me readily. Go on Google poverty in America. And then you could Google what state have more poverty. We have to stop listening to a highly intelligent without testing the veracity of this. Yes, Colombo.
Mr. Pierre, where they getting free healthcare when they leave here and they go in America? Which place in America they getting that?
They just get it in Queens County Hospital.
They have insurance up there?
No. When you go in Queens, most of the Grenadians that go away from medical treatment, they go in Queens County Hospital. Yeah, they don't pay no money.
When they go for it free, they still coming back in the casket. They don't coming back to health.
Some of them does dead, but some come back.
Yeah.
Well, you have to understand, a good doctor might kill about half of them people attend. Save half.
I'm taking it and they're going and spend it in the next man country when they could spend
No, most time people leave here, and particularly poor people, and they go in America, free medical health care they get.
So what happened to here?
Well, what we have to do here is to improve the health, the service that we get in the clinics.
Well, that is why them Dover and them have to tell the Prime Minister. Them Dover and them, when they hear people talking, they're busy to backbite and tell us if they want to bite you.
That is a strong word. We can't behave like them. We cannot be dismissive in the language we use for Grenadians.
Yeah, because before you open your mouth, they're busy to run after you.
But we have to be tolerant.
Yeah, they're busy.
We have to
but
set
that is
the
why
pace.
they have to make him know. Instead of he doing what he doing, they going and do
He gone to Dubai to sell passport for his own company.
They go and they clap in, open the hospital in Guam, open hospital in Carriacou, but he don't have the equipment. Where is it? Where is the equipment?
So that's what we have to discuss in our homes.
That is what they
And in
have
the
people get people good health care, so then nobody will have to leave here and run out outside. First thing before they see Dr. Mitchell on the radio, they always talking about where he was all the time. He did what he do, not what he do. You have to follow Dr. Mitchell. If he don't do, you come there to better it, so better it.
Yes, scholar.
That is what the see people have to do.
Yeah.
Have a blessed day.
But there is no question Dr. Kit Mitchell is the best political leader. There is economic justification for that. The government did not do that because they don't have money to pay these people. They are doing it because of restorative justice. The Prime Minister said, we campaign on a policy of implementation, but it's not so much implementation. It's justification for that. People you disease. That the one who give a telephone number and she said, tell Onisto that you could call me to verify my situation. So more and more, the government is acting like a vulture. They're going after the very weak in the community. And we seems to be not as sensitive as we should to these people. Yes, caller, welcome. Yes, caller, welcome. Wait, we lost that caller. Caller, try again. And it's difficult for us to understand that. Because I don't believe any other political party in the Caribbean has this reputation of being hostile to the lower income group people. It's difficult to understand, very difficult. And when you have a discussion with somebody hardline NDCs, you wonder how they're thinking. One say let it go and punks. One says our time now. You know. Yes, you're looking for economic justification. Give
The people, the Imani should never have got themselves in that. It should never have, because I show the parents, these most of them they are children of children of mothers, because the mothers been through it, and we've been through what the NDC did in 2008 when Keith Mitchell came. He had only one election, 2014. Call in and reinstate a few more thousand. So he worked well for what he's done. NDC never done that. NDC has taken it, just take from a living nation impoverished. So we have ourselves to blame. We can't blame even the young people. We have ourselves to blame, because the young people, they just want something good, and that was it. And the NDC handed it to them on a platter. They accept it. And when I hear they crying, I feel shame. I feel bad, because only one thing you could do, you have to deep into it. Mr. Pierre, have a one day. God bless you.
Yes, scholar, we are to be blamed. Not once, we have to face the truth. Sometimes we assume our own propaganda, and the truth becomes difficult to digest. Every time the National Democratic Congress comes into power, they immediately go after the people in the lower income group. They immediately reward who they believe are doing well with tax concession, and people lose their job. The NDC has no track record in the country of making new temporary jobs. After 2013, Color, you're right, over 3,000 young people was employed one time. Yes, Color, welcome.
Yes. Master, if you are on the program tomorrow, the extension, and even I hope you bring it back on Sunday, especially the aspect of which deals with the establishment of the bank, the charter that established by the bank, and the way the bank is supposed to be directed. Especially what will happen to not be the whole issue of nepotism and so on really ease in that situation.
But Color,
yes.
You remember that the National Democratic Congress sell property did not belong to them?
Well,
and they sell property. And they sold property that they did not have the legal authority to sell shares. So you think NDC bothered with that? If NDC was an individual, they would have been in jail.
Mr. This is not an easy to be bothered with. You know. It is for Grenadians to understand and be bothered by.
Yes, for us to be bothered by.
Yeah. This, I mean, the ministers are not supposed to be using a privilege in certain positions in this country.
Them man
For
take the
example,
shopping
banks and so
bag
on.
and they go and shop in the government treasury.
Yeah, go shop in the government treasury, like doing that. I mean,
They take their
this
shopping
people
bag and they take the government treasury as supermarket, you know.
and honestly, Andy is my good boy. You know.
Yeah. Well,
And then I move very good.
well, all of them is good boy with us.
And
They
Andy's a
believe-
very likable person. And I mean, the Prime Minister of all people, being a lawyer, not just because he's a politician, being a lawyer, where he should understand the Constitution that well. Where, for example, he has an Attorney General that is a lawyer. And there's another big question that people like to make a fuss with in Grenada. I like to point out to people that the Chief Justice of the United States is not even a lawyer, but he's the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States. And he's not a lawyer. So this big argument sometimes they make about, a lawyer should be Attorney General.
But
I agree with you to that extent.
when they wanted to change it in the referendum, they vote against it.
But even you see a referendum issue, Mr. Pierre? No matter what you talk about it, because even the NNP.
Yes, let's
and
not
the
go there.
government
Let's
was
not go
against-
there. We will
was
go there
against the
today.
whole line.
We will go there today.
Well, right, yeah, that's what I'm
Next
saying.
time.
Because right. But the thing about what is going on with Andy and the Prime Minister and so on. The Prime Minister has a lawyer as his advisor, as a cabinet advisor. He has another lawyer. He didn't take anybody. You might say that he's not a lawyer. And so the people could say, well, okay, they don't know the facts or they don't know the truth. But what is amazing, like I pointed out to you all already, I understand, and it's coming from absolutely good sources, because he's a family member of the advisor to the Attorney General. I understand. And I'm yet to understand how you could have an advisor to Attorney General. But so far...
But they have two advisors to one in sports. I said they have two advisors to the one in sports. Yeah. Because always want you. That's why I challenge you to investigate the cases that I speak about. I don't even know the individuals, but I listen to the cry in the wilderness asking for help. This and she asked said, this my because they evoke restorative justice. And then you want to add insult to injury. You want to build a teaching hospital. I believe the only reason you're getting involved in that is because of the kickback. And that's why I encourage Grenadians, research Mr. 10%. Research Mr. 10%. We have a good country. We have a lot of infrastructure in place, and we could do better. We can't plead the fifth. We have too much history on our side, too much a past that we could reference so we go the right way. We want to thank you to be on this program, and my sympathy again go to the workers in the abattoir. We can call my sympathy with you. We back with you again next week. I think Monday is a holiday, May Day. So that would be from Tuesday. And most likely I might be on the extension tomorrow with Master Call. Thank you very much.